Okay, hello everybody, welcome to Topic Friday. Sort of a reunion of Codename Goodgame because, lo and behold, we have the gang back together. The Fantasy Critic gang back together.
The gang.
And it's good to be back with everybody. And oh, I realized now for Onix, I have to you were you're now like the lone glasses person because I got LASIK since we last did this. Right. I got LASIK surgery. So
that's right. Well, hey man, it's up
for now.
It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
It's up to you.
Join me or not.
Blue light glasses are good.
It's your show.
They're good to protect your eyes.
Right here.
But hello, Supertoad, Rada, guys. Thank you very much for being here. We've been doing this every Friday now, like Codename Goodgames, just kind of like hiatus, sort of. I'm just having good discussions with you guys. But I think when I have panelists on, like we are today, I think that's just us having a good game of a conversation, basically. And you are our other man, Reyna, Supertone, Steffi. Thank you very much for being here, because what we're doing is we're going to be reflecting on the front half of the year. We are now at the end of June, basically, like a couple days left. But now that 6 months has passed, what is our favorite games of the year? Has our predictions of how things went gone well? And we did this at the start in January with the game of Fantasy Critic amongst me and 4 other panelists. Well, who are those 4 panelists? I would like to introduce everybody with introductions. So first and foremost, we have somebody that I think is quite a hunter himself, Mr. Onix. I appreciate you, sir. Welcome to the show. Hello. I have the music still.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today?
Yes,
I'm actually wearing a
Onix
Hunter shirt too, by the way.
Oh, I didn't see that, actually. It's like 8-bit though, or something. It's like the old designs.
It's the icons from like the first couple of them.
Oh. Well, hello, sir. Welcome. The gaming resume, Sir Onix. Thank you for being here.
Of course. My pleasure.
And anything new? Anything going on?
Well, there's just too much crap coming out right now. I'm trying to, as you saw, I was playing Stellar Blade as I got on to stream. I'm trying to get Death Stranding 2. And I bought what is it? Prince of Persia, Lost Crown on the Switch 2. I got Bravely Default from Square Enix. Thank you, Square Enix. They're not watching. So it's just there's so much stuff coming out right now. I'm just like, what the heck, man? What's going on? And Bonanza in a few weeks. Anyway, lots of stuff, man. So
Bonanza.
Yeah. Which I know we're gonna talk about later.
Man, yeah, well, if John shows up in time, we'll see that son of a bitch. The son of a bitch. We have to talk about that. There's, by the way, just a tease as to what's going to come up. There's going to be conversations of so much banter in this show, because this is going to be just a group of peeps that are playing this game of predicting what the highest game reviews of the year are going to be, and stealing them from each other, adding them to our team to recap that. But somebody that's going to help me with that today is somebody that is the only one of you guys, the only one that I've gotten to play Mario Kart World with. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Rob from the Gaming Duo podcast. Hello, sir. Thank you for being on the show. Welcome back. How's it going?
What's going on? Thank you for having me, as always. Yes, I am the only person that has played Mario Kart with Tony. So,
what the heck?
Am I #1 in your book now, Tony? Are we best friends now? Yeah, I think we are.
Correct.
We're best friends now.
Are we playing today?
We
should.
We totally
Rob
should.
has an epic gaming few days coming up.
I'm down, man.
Should.
I've spent way too much time with my family. It's time to game and
let's do this.
I spent way too much time with my family.
Damn. But you're right. I get that.
You feel that, right?
Dude, my Switch is right there. I can just come on.
We did so much testing when we were playing together. We know what cameras work for Switch now. We know how the chat works. It's great. It was a really fun. I think it was up till 2 a.m. my time, right?
Yes, wow. Rob and I were up late testing out the Nintendo chat feature, and it works exactly as advertised. Exactly as advertised.
Choppy and everything.
Yes, exactly.
Beautiful,
but hilarious.
But it noise suppresses. There's a whole conversation.
That's so cool.
About
That's
that.
so cool.
Nice.
But yeah, and somebody that was doing a trip out of town, and he literally got back today and still is a champion coming onto the show after his trip with his family and everything. We have Kelvin, also from the Gaming Duo podcast. Thank you very much for being here, sir.
Thank you for
welcome.
having me, man.
How's it
I
going?
would not miss this for the world. I would change my flight just to be there.
You literally did, man. You're like, guys, I just want you to know, I just got back. I'm gonna take a power nap, and I'm gonna be on this show. like
100%.
Literally.
Beautiful.
And of course, and I should have actually introduced all of our publisher names, which you will see. Actually, I'll just introduce our publisher names as we go through the scores. And as usual, hello everybody. Thanks for tuning in. It's Samurai KBG, aka Tony. I'm happy to see you here to have a Topic Friday to go over what is our Fantasy Critic. We're going over the things that we predicted would be the highest reviewed games of the year. And I see C2 going, I get to see the damage countering Expedition 33 did to my score. My score.
That was rough.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Like, so, and if you don't know what Fantasy Critic is, long and short, all you are doing, it's all of our first time playing, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, first time playing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, so it was just great. I love getting to have this first time experience with you guys, and now that we're at the halfway point, we're checking in on it, and it's basically a game that you are creating a team of video games that you think are going to be the highest reviewed games of the year. And when somebody picks that game, let's say if somebody picked Expedition 33, nobody else can. It is now, I'll spoil it, Kelvin picked it. And so that is part of Kelvin's team. None of us can draft it. And he gets the points of whatever it gets reviewed and such. We also have things called counterpicks, where if somebody counterpicks something, whatever points that game gets, it's going to hurt that person that counterpicked it. So lots of stories to tell, but it's a great way to just have a halfway check-in on the year with people like Fox, Creature, C2, Slickstar, and everybody else that watches afterwards. Let us know what your game of the year so far is, or what you think about the state of 2025 so far. That's kind of like, before we get into it, that's a good question. How are we feeling about 2025 so far?
Can I go first?
Maybe go for it, Rob.
I feel like I'm drowning in backlog games. I feel like there were so many games that were from 2024 that were awesome games, and we're like, 2025 is going to be a slow year. It's going to be fine. There's not going to be as crazy, and it's still just as, I feel like, insane. There's just so many good quality titles that have come out this year. I feel like it never ends. So 2025 has definitely exceeded my expectation when it comes to gaming, for sure.
I was thinking that too, man. Like when Game of the Year comes around, it's gonna be tough. Well,
stacked.
We'll talk about that later, because we're also going to reveal what our own Game of the Years are. You know, like that's going to be a tail end to this whole conversation as to what our own Game of the Years are, instead of just Fantasy Critic, what we thought would be the highest reviewed. But I'm with you, Rob. Like when Game of the Year comes around, it's got to be tough. How you feel about 2025, Onix?
Man, it's I now I feel like I'm drowning. At the beginning of the year, I was like set on like a few titles. Like, I know I'm gonna play this one this month, next month that, and this month this. So it's been kind of like steady going. But now, like all of a sudden, I have like 4 games to play, and they're all quality. I've been surprised by the quality of these titles, man. Like, and they you know, and that'll be a conversation for later. But that's the reason why my counter pick was my counter pick, because we picked some good stuff. But again, we'll get to that later. But that just shows you this year has been great. And I've seen conversations of people saying like gaming is not the same as it was 20 years ago. And I'm like, no, that's not even true. No.
I think they're right. I think it's better, if anything, but that's a different conversation.
Yes, there's so much to play. No way. And we have money now.
So much.
That's also nice.
That's fair.
Yeah. And I have money now. Kelvin, how about you? Are you pretty satisfied with things, or disappointed, or?
I'm pretty satisfied for the most part. I think this is the year for indie publishers or indie developers right now. There's so many great indie titles that, you know, we've seen Expedition, we've seen the creators for Blueprints. Like, there's so many things that are coming out right now, and you know, have come out, that I'm just like, man, how am I going to keep up with this catalog? Just like Rob said, right? But Onix, I think we have to have a conversation of like how you manage to do this, because we're kind of like on the same, like, you know, but like I'm struggling too, Rob. Like, I'm on the same boat. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to get through Death Stranding 2 that just came out. I don't know how I'm going to get through, you know, Bonanza that's coming out next month. Like, there's so many titles, and I have a backlog right now that I just can't seem to shorten. So, you know, we'll talk afterwards. But, yeah.
It's a year that we have to make cuts. Like, we can't hit it all. Like I'm super satisfied with the state of 2025. I don't know. Like, I just think this is the halftime check-in, and there's literally like somebody tweeted it of like, these are the 6 things I think are going to be nominated for Game of the Year, and each of the 6 things they listed, I'm like, yeah, those should be the nominees.
Yeah.
And we are still like 6 months left of the year, so it's like, it's wild, man. It's super wild. I have one more introduction to make because I believe he has arrived. Everybody, I would like to introduce the one and only Jono from the Elder Trolls. Hello, sir, if your mic works. Nope, it's muted.
I've been here for 10 minutes watching you guys.
There you go.
What's up, man?
Yay!
What's up?
Hello,
Good
sir.
to be here. Good to be here.
Late.
I was not late.
All good.
I was right on time. I've been watching you guys for 11 minutes and 49 seconds.
Oh no!
He's just chilling in there.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm here at 7:02, and then I am here at 7:02.
I'm here at 7:02. We had a
I was a bit late.
6:45 start, 6:30 meeting.
Yeah, well,
No,
life gets in the way, as they say.
How was the food though? That's my question.
Sorry, the wife gets in the way. I think that's what to say. The food was good. It was
How was the food?
good. We had like a giant sushi board. And it was like super fancy.
Ooh.
Like I didn't know this place. Like I've never been there. My wife was like, "Oh, we're gonna go to this place that had really good sushi." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." I'll go pick her up from the bus station. She's soaked. It's pissing rain, and I'm like, I'm soaked too because I had to get out to the car. I'm not dressed in anything like fancy. I got my Gymshark shorts on. They're like way too short. I have some shitty t-shirt on. And we get to this restaurant, and it's freaking fancy, man. I'm like, what the hell? Where did you bring us here? I'm like, look what I'm wearing. Like, what is this? And I sit down, and my shorts are like hiked up almost to my crotch. Like I got my little gym shorts on.
Oh, it's
It's
wonderful.
brutal.
That's wonderful.
Love it.
Wonderful.
Love it.
But it was delicious.
That's all that matters.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, man. Like, all we did was just kind of introduce things, and we're just kind of talking about the state of 2025 as you caught that. I don't know if you have anything to say about 2025 before we kind of review where we're at in our predictions. How did it go?
2025 has been really good, I think. But it's getting to I was kind of reaching a lull in the last about month or so where I didn't really have anything to play, and then Switch 2 came out and I got one, and then Death Stranding 2 came out yesterday, and now I got stuff to play. And I was playing Mario Kart, and I started playing Tears of the Kingdom again, and the Switch 2 version. I was like, oh, here we go. I'm getting into it now. And then Death Stranding came out, so I was like, oh my god, now I got too much to play.
Yeah.
Well, happy to have you, man. And yeah, let's just see before we dive in to like the conversations, the stories, the counter picks, the roller coaster that Kelvin and I have been on in the front half of the year, and the rest of you have not. Let's look at how the scores are.
Soon will be.
Soon will be.
Oh yeah.
And Kelvin, when we get to you, we're gonna talk about like your June. Your June.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Your June is nuts.
Could have been better. It could have been better. We'll talk about it. But,
It could have been better, but so I have here a little presentation as to what I've made as to just where all of us stand on our predictions as to what is going to be the highest reviewed games of the year, the things that we thought aren't coming out, or maybe we'll score low for our counter picks. And this is the Codename Goodgame Fantasy Critic halftime. Some quick little stats, though. Everyone has their counters drafted, finally. That was just done this month, I feel like. Everybody finally got all their counters in. 3 players have yet to have their counters released. And no trades have happened yet. I think that's kind of interesting. None of us have like agreed on any trades or anything yet.
I don't think we want to. At least I don't. I'm like,
trading you guys nothing.
Yeah. I'm keeping my stuff. I'm confident.
Yeah. See, and there's gonna be a good conversation at like to the end of just like what we think like of our back half of the year, what we're most confident could be the game of the year contender of the back half. There's gonna be neat stuff to like end this on.
Yeah.
But if you're watching and you have not seen our picks for like the Fantasy Critic or anything like that, let us know who you think is winning, who you think is losing the most, because I'm about to reveal it right now. Everybody, at number 5, at 5th place,
out of 5.
It is.
Yeah, boy.
It is Tony, aka my publisher, Double A Sprinkles. I was very confident in my publisher name, work it out, but here's what's going on. So, I have 4 games released. Okay, so not even half of mine are out yet.
Right.
So you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. I am expecting 5. So what I mean by that is there's 5 games still coming, but there's 1 still left because each of our teams, again, for those watching that don't know Fantasy Critic, we each have 10 slots to put in our team. So I have 1 slot left. Who should I bet on? Let me know. And this is important.
Yeah.
I am in 5th place, but I am the only one that has had both of his counter picks released.
And one of them was the
I don't
doozy.
know if that's why. Maybe I've done just a lot of safe picks that haven't earned a lot or very least or whatever, but I have telling you, man, those counter picks freaking hurt.
Tony, I don't know if you count this, but I also don't have any more counter picks to wait for either. So I'm all set. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to flex, but I'm just saying.
To wait for. What do you mean to wait for? You have 1 that we're gonna get to you, Kelvin. We're gonna get to you. We're talking about me right now.
Yeah, wait.
Because literally, I the way I have this structured is like we can just reflect on each person as we go, and then we're gonna have overall stories to talk about. But yeah, so I have 1 slot left. I could drop some things, and I have 34 budget dollars left to like. I could drop something and draft something else, or maybe like we only get like a couple drops. I think like Lily 1 to 3 or something like that. So we can't just do it willy nilly. But I have some money left that I could work with to maybe make a comeback. But my total is 19 points. So that's where your boy is sitting. And I see Rain in the chat going, pretends to be shocked.
Rain.
What does everybody think was the big thing that did me in?
You know, we know.
We
We all
know
know.
what
We
it
all know
Probably
what
counter
happened.
picking
year.
everyone's favorite game this year,
Yeah.
except for mine.
Highest
I
reviewed
counterpicked freaking Expedition 33, which is like the highest reviewed game of the year. So my counterpick of that game screwed me over, man. I am
What was
like,
it? Minus 22, 25?
24.
when it gets
24?
above 90, when it gets above
Double,
90, the
yeah.
points double.
Oh,
So like I lost like 22 or 24 points on that
24,
game.
dude. 24.
That
That
is
hurt.
so painful.
So that's
if it
why,
wasn't for
man.
Expedition, you would have been up there too, though. You would have been up there, maybe
Yeah.
2nd or 3rd place. I think.
24 points. Yeah.
Yeah. 24
But I
is a
do
lot.
say, like, I still say it was a win either way. That's why I did it. Because it's like,
yeah.
if it sucked, then cool. I get good points of Fantasy Critic. If it does great, awesome. I was really hoping it'd be great. So I won in life. I lost in the game for the front half of the year. But because all of my counters are out, I don't have to worry about that anymore. So it's
True.
only up from here for me.
Only up
It's
from here,
only
yep.
up
Yep.
from here.
Well, if Judas comes out.
Yeah.
That is also true.
it is a looming feeling that I have now with these counter picks.
It is I'm telling you, man, they I'm in last place because both of my counter picks are freaking out. So I don't know, but and I only not even half of my roster has come out. So that's why I'm saying it's like half of my games got cut down basically because of that. So who's in 4th place?
Oh, sorry.
It's Onix.
Hey.
Onix is currently in 4th place, but the thing that we need to look at is the fact that this man is in 4th place above me with only 2 games released. He only has 2 games released, and he's not in last. And Onix has the least amount of games released. That is a little quick fun fact.
Yes.
But yeah, he's got 2 games out, still expecting 7. So also kind of for Onix, it is only up from here.
Yeah.
He's got 0 counters released. But he still has $48 left. But he's already drafted both of his counters. All he has to draft is 1 game. If he does not drop anything, as you said, Onix, I'm so confident with my picks. I don't want to trade anything. So I doubt you're going to drop anything.
I will say, though, Onix has probably one of the most solid picks. Like, he has the most solid roster that I've seen here. So
yes, Onix does. We said that at the start. Onix had like the prettiest list, and that was even with just the base 5, you know?
Right.
But the man still has money to play with, and he is beating me by 12 points. Yeah, he is at 31 points. So I don't know, Onix, take your moment. What do you think is like doing you in or keeping you afloat?
So I mean,
what was the two games? You have Monster Hunter Wilds, and what was the other one that came out?
Surprisingly enough, Elder Scrolls, which they didn't review that well. It's stuck at an 82, which is really kind of funny, right? But I think definitely the counterpick not coming out is helping. And that's the thing, right? Like, for example, I've got Outer Worlds 2, which I feel it's not going to review super duper well, even if it hits like an 85 or an 87 or something, right?
I don't know. They're charging $70 for it or $80.
Well, that means it must be good. Oh, that's gonna be great.
Of course, quality. But that could hurt, But Judas, if it doesn't come out, that doesn't mean I just don't lose points, right?
Yeah.
So,
Kelvin, what was that face?
It's not coming out. Let's be real. That thing is not coming out.
Give it time. If we don't hear anything by
dude, we're about to hit
Gamescom. If we don't hear anything by Gamescom.
Gamescom released like 3 months later. I mean,
that's
it's tough, but it's
Shadow Drop.
So my biggest concerns, if I look at my list, it's Trails in the Sky. That series has historically reviewed in the 80s, but this remake looks it's a reimagining, right? So they're going back in there and like taking a PS1 game essentially and revamping it entirely. So the community is very excited. I'm excited. First time I play one of these, I have hopes. But Silent Hill F, I don't know. Silent Hill 2 was great, but that's Bloober. This is Konami doing this one. So I don't know. Those are my two that I'm like, Pokemon Legends, also kind of a gamble.
I think I want to save this feeling for like what we're betting on our back half pick of the year. I think that'd be a great time to like reflect on like what's left of our lists and just like, what we have most faith in. C2's already like Konami is sketchy, man.
So that's where
I don't know, man. Silent Hill 2.
That was Bloober, so it's like
yeah. But yeah, Onix, well done. Good job.
I am also waiting on the next direct. The next direct might have a pick for the end of the year. Because we don't know Nintendo's like holiday game.
That's true.
So,
yeah, there's one left.
Speaking of like not to take this back to me, but man, it pained my soul to freaking drop 3D Mario, man. That pained my soul. And two of you guys tried to counter it when I was. Maybe that's the story's part. But anyway, so yeah, Onix 4th place. Who's in 3rd? It's Rob from Controller Thrower Interactive. Rob is currently sitting with 3 games released. Just like Onix. Very few games come out, but he is up and ahead. He's got 6 games he is still expecting. So another one that's like, the roster isn't quite complete yet. There's just one thing left for him. He's got 0 counters. Again, 0 counters released. And he's got $17 left to play with. Is that wrong, Rob? Actually, is your team full? I thought I saw you.
My team is full right now. I filled it out pretty good.
Okay, that stat is incorrect. Yeah, so Rob actually, Rob has
a full roster.
7 games he's expecting, right?
Yes.
You have 3 games out. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, that is right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So sorry, that stat is wrong. So Rob's team is complete, and he's still got $17 just in case something goes wrong and you drop something. And I don't know, Rob. You're our middleman at 42. You're 1 point above Onix. I have these rounded up, by the way, like because it says point something. I just rounded it up. So yeah. So you and Onix are neck and neck. How you feeling?
I feel like I was sitting pretty in first place because I had GTA 6 looming, and then obviously
you were sitting pretty in first place. Excuse me.
Well, I was projected to be in first place with that game.
Excuse me, projected.
Let's be honest. But the thing that really did me in, and this is my own fault. I kind of shot myself in the foot, and my partner in crime over here is the one that shot me. Persona 4 Revival. I got a little too overzealous on that. Looking back on it, I was like, that's gonna come out, and I get 0 points for that now because it is coming out not this year. So that is
you drafted it.
I did. I didn't draft it.
And again, to just emphasize it to people that don't understand, if your game gets counterpicked, you cannot drop that game. You are stuck with it for the year. If it doesn't release, you get no points for it. So what Rob is saying is that he drafted Persona 4 Reload, or not Reload, but whatever,
Revival.
and then Kelvin spent a buttload of money to counterpick it. So now Rob's stuck with it, unless they already said 2026. So
yeah,
I'm very
that's
surprised that no one jumped on that either. I keep going.
You spent a quarter of your budget on that.
I did, and I think it paid off. I'm gonna be honest. I think it was one of those things where it's like, hey, I saw the opportunity, I jumped on it, but I'm surprised no one else thought about it or had that same idea. I would have thought like Onix would have jumped. That's why I spent so much money.
I tried too late, I think.
Oh, okay. Plus, dealing with what you did,
I have no idea about Persona games, so I would have not have known to counterpick that at all.
What Tony put me through last time with Bionic.
Huge. That's huge.
What Tony put me through with Bionic Commando, what's it called? No, Bionic
Bay.
Bionic Bay. I was like, you know what? I am not getting. Granted, it was my fault. I only bid like $1 for it, but I was like, you know what?
Yeah, you literally bid $1.
Wow.
But I took the opportunity. I'm like, you know what? This is gonna be mine.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that was really kind of a stung. Obviously GTA that not coming out, that stung, and that was my first pick. I was pretty disappointed with Elden Ring Night Rain. Only getting 81.
I forgot you drafted that.
He drafted that one, yeah.
Second pick.
Oh,
It was my second pick, and I'm kind of like, ugh. I wish, if you're looking back, I'm just like, I wish I would have scored a lot higher. So that was Slay the Spire 2 for me is a big question mark still. I don't know what's going on with that game.
Does it have a release date?
It does not have it says 2025, but there's no, so that's scary, right? That's another scary one.
If anything does not have like a month or season or anything like that, it's just year. That's a little bit scary right now.
Yeah. So again,
we're getting into it. We're getting there.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, and then one last thing about the counterpick for Hell Is Us. I played the demo, did not like the game. I did not like it. I did not like the way that game played. So hopefully that works out for me.
So you counterpicked Hell Is Us. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Like there's a lot of reflection to have on the back half of the year. For our second place person though, we have Jono, aka Naughty Dong Entertainment. We have to remember these publisher names. Yeah, you can see your face.
It's so
good. So Jono is sitting at a pretty second place with 5 of his games released. I think, Jono, are you the one with the most? That's cool.
He might be.
No. Well, we have something else to talk about. Yeah, so he's got 5 games released.
Oh, never mind.
He's got 5 games he's expecting. So Jono is at the halfway point, but
half and half.
He has not had any counters come out. So that's the worrisome part.
It is worrisome.
He's at a half and half. You got $19 left. I might have messed up some of these stats. I don't remember. I remember like $19. And at 68 points, is that right? Yeah, I think so.
19,
yeah, he's at 68 points at least.
Yeah.
I don't know what the dollar amount.
Yeah. Round it up. Yeah. So your score is like the most like halftime score, I feel. Other than the counters, you've had 5 solid releases. If you average that out, think that's just a little bit under 20 each, or maybe around like 15 each or something. So, and you might have also been one that drafted a Game of the Year contender, Jono.
I sure hope so. I certainly hope so. It's my Game of the Year. It's my personal Game of the Year. But yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens with Expedition. Like personally, I didn't have as much of fun playing Expedition as I did playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Not even close. Not even close. So I mean, to me, it's not a question, but I mean, not taking anything away from Expedition. It was a good game. But there were some things about it on the technical side that I really didn't like. As coming from
we'll talk about Game of the Year later. But in terms of like,
but I think,
was there anything that hurt or you're like what or whatever in terms of like
so far, what was it? I was a little. No, I think everything is pretty expected from what came out. I've got a few things left that I'm hoping big things for, so we'll get into that after. But yeah, I think I'm okay. I'm a little bit worried about the counter picks. They're a bit worrisome. It's a looming feeling. It's a cloud over my head right now, and I I wish that I could be you guys and have it dissipate and have my counter picks released already, so so it can move.
I do admit, it's a nice feeling, man. Like it hurts to be in last place, but now it's like I have nothing else to worry about.
Right.
Like it's all gone, you know. So
yeah, I thought I was doing okay with that too, but then they freaking announced that stupid Hollow Knight game is coming out. So.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm
Several
so
times
happy.
on several
I
showcases.
know.
and hey, if they don't come out, then it's like, hey,
And then
Xbox is gonna
before
be pissed
that-
because it's like we made a partner deal with you guys. Like we just announced that. That's like.
But
Yeah,
before
so-
that, it was like crickets, and it was like, oh, I don't think this is coming out. And it's like, oh, Hollow Knight Silk Song is going to be playable at a museum in Australia. They're like, okay, so this game's not coming out, right? Great. And then they're like, oh, guess what's coming out? Like a month later. Are you freaking kidding me, man? Like, come on. Give me a
But
break.
if you paid attention, however, we know who's currently sitting at first place
For now.
with Sir Kelvin at the Gaming Duo podcast at Radio Lucid. Yeah, the pose. Radio Lucid Studios. Kelvin is currently sitting at first at halftime after 2 quarters. But it's also, look at this.
7.
He has
Interesting
7
stats.
games released.
That's a whole lot of games.
So that's, Kelvin, you and I are in like opposite scenarios, I feel like. Because like I only could go up now, but now you got like, you only got 3 left. 3 left that could come out. And you've already drafted them too.
Went to our counter
I'm
pick.
just,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just waiting. Yeah.
Oh,
Just waiting.
Are you
for-
right, Onix? Did you say 2 of them are counterpicked?
yeah.
Oh
do-
my
no.
God.
Yeah, too. Oh my God, you're right. Because I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one of his counter
Dude.
picks too.
Yeah.
There's a conversation to have about that. But he's got one. So Kelvin is with me. Kelvin, we hold hands whenever we had a Bionic Bay moment, but you are with me as somebody that has a counter release, which I would love to hear you talk about because I think yours was one of the first counters that came out.
It was the
It
first.
was
I think.
Expedition.
But you
No, it
have
was,
no money left.
It was
Yeah.
mine.
You have no money
broke.
left, but you are sitting at first with 76 points. So you are in a very interesting predicament. You have galloped. You have galloped past the front half of the race. And
Listen,
now I
fellas.
wonder what's going to happen.
I
How does that
wasn't
make
last.
you feel?
I was in last for a very long time, right? Pretty much more than half of this entire, game. So for me, very interesting stats that you guys pulled out here, right? I have the highest amount of points for now. I don't have any more counter picks that I need to worry about, which is great because I did get Persona 4 Revival, so that kind of eliminates that set of things. But
Yes.
now, when
That's
it
so
comes to the
huge.
3 games that I have, I'm banking on these 3 games. I'm banking on Marvel Cosmic Invasion to like really propel me a little bit more. Hell is Us. That was more of like a that was more like an Expedition 33 kind of chance. Of
Yeah,
like,
take it like
let's
a shot.
see if this is gonna do well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Respect.
And I'm still
respect.
hoping it does. And then Luminous, I did like some research on that too as well, and I'm like, all right, I think this is gonna be a really good shot of me getting at least in the 80s. The thing that really messed me up, though, I'm gonna say, is Rematch, and I was really banking on this to get at least in the 80s, mid 80s for sure. But after I was like looking at just like people's impressions of it, and I'm just like, man, this is not really hitting
What'd
the
it
way I
get?
want it to.
74.
I only got 4 points for it,
4 points per pick.
which is
Yeah. I don't know, Kel, because that's a bummer. But you also had like the first counter pick of the year. I feel like with
Yeah.
what was that? John Civilization or no?
Yeah,
no.
and so going
was
back
it?
to Kingdom
Oh,
Come,
it's
Kingdom Come. Yeah.
Kingdom Come. Yes.
that was
Yes.
Tony. That was my
Kingdom
Expedition
Come.
33. That was
Yes,
tough
yes.
for me, and that's
We
why I was in
counterpicked 2
last.
very possible game of the year contenders.
Yeah, and
Cancel that
again,
with me.
I was, at least for me, I had something to go off of. Tony, you were just kind of shooting just darts at nothing right now at that point. But for me, I'm just like, all right, well, Kingdom Come, the first one, did okay, right? And again, my strategy
Exactly.
at that point was let me get the least amount of points deducted from mine, right? That was at least my goal in the beginning. And so I'm like, all right, maybe this developer can do like around the 70s. So I'll probably get like maybe 16, maybe 15 points off, if anything. No, this was like 92, like one of the highest rated games of this year. And it destroyed my Fantasy Critic for now. But I'm hoping, like you said.
But what
Tony,
happened
it's-
this month, Kel? What happened this month?
This month was great. Again, I think June was huge for me, right? Death Stranding was major for me. I had Mario Kart. That was awesome for me as well. The only thing that, again, the drawback was Rematch. I was really banking on Rematch to do at least in the 80s.
But 3 games in 1 month.
Yeah.
That's still
nice.
All reviewing as well. You have the 2 highest reviewed games so far.
Yeah.
92 for Expedition and 90 for Death Stranding 2, man.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know what?
And you know what's funny, Kel? At the start of the year, you were the one that said, I feel like you guys are sleeping on my list.
That's true. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
You were adamant about that. Like, I feel like you guys are underestimating me. And then here we are.
Here we are. But again, I mean, there's still some time. Like, again, these 3 games, I do have the most games out right now, but I also have 3 more games that could potentially make it or break it for me.
Marvel looks good, man.
Marvel looks really good, and it could do really well for me. Hell is Us, in between. Luminous, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just banking on, statistics.
It's like your wild card, man. Luminous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. But I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't know. Like, this is the point that, like, I'm gonna share what our actual Fantasy Critic thing is. But this is where I just want to have a moment to just stories from the front half of the year, because we're gonna talk about, like, we've been teasing at the games, like, what are the things that we are the most, like, what we might have the most faith in or whatever, as well as what is our own individual game of the years. If you're watching, let us know. Like, earlier I saw Fox go like, it's Expedition 33. Next question. It's just like so Rada shouted out Split Fiction. Rob, good draft. That was your game, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's conversations to have about that. But just general stories, like, I don't know if there's a moment that stood out to anybody. Like,
I have one.
Go for it.
I have Rob snuck in. I thought I had put a decent enough bet. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. He took Ninja Gaiden 4 for me, man. I was so when that got revealed, and I'm like, oh, I need to add that. Dude, Ninja Gaiden 1 is like one of my favorites of all time. So I'm like, I gotta draft this. I'm confident. It's platinum. It's Team Ninja. And no, this man put like 20. No. How much did you put? Do you remember how much?
How would I draft that for? I don't remember. But I remember I was like, I need to have this.
Dude,
game.
you. But I think I put like maybe 10 or something. I didn't think anybody was gonna draft it. I should have known. Because I should have known. You doubled my
$23.
Yeah, dude. I was like, shit, man. I would never have done that.
What did you draft on it? Do you remember the number? Was it like,
I think I put like 10 or at most 15, and that's probably not it wasn't that much. But I just didn't think anybody was gonna draft it.
Do you think the guy that doesn't like action hack and
dude,
was not gonna draft that game?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's pretty appropriate that Rob of all people got that. Like, Rob's getting
that. Funny, dude. Like,
make a trade,
make a trade on it.
Make a trade. Make a trade.
What do you want to trade, buddy?
Rob, grab Metroid.
Oh, I'm not giving a Metroid. No,
you guys could trade the 4s. You could trade Ninja Gaiden 4 for Metroid Prime 4.
You have to understand, Metroid Prime historically has been a 90+ series. I'm keeping that bitch, dude. That ain't going no.
Ninja Gaiden.
I admit, I'm part of like another, just like I'm a guest of another Fantasy Critic, and he's like, dude, you got Donkey Kong Bonanza. What do you want for it? I'm like, I mean, you took Metroid from me. He's like, no. Just no.
The remaster got 94. Anyway, okay, that's for later.
I think Bonanza. I think Banana's gonna go nuts. It's gonna go nuts.
That's what I want to say, John. I was just thinking about you, and I'm like, you son of a bitch, you grabbed freaking Bonanza, and I'm like,
I paid a lot of money for it. I paid a lot of money.
Half of your budget. You paid $50.
I paid billions and billions for this
money, dude. You spent money.
He spent.
Man,
for the people that don't know, like, you're not. We're telling stories that like you haven't seen. We have a Discord. We talk back and forth. We see the bids, and then one day, like after Bonanza, we get to see all the bids happen, and we know people are bidding. We don't know how much. And then what happens afterwards? We see John put down. Like, it was just like, okay, here's 10, here's 15, here's 21, 22, $50.
Hey, man, Onix for 35, bro.
Yeah. You knew. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna lose this. And this man put 50.
Oh yeah.
You know what happened with John? He's like, you took Mario from me, Tony. You took Mario from me.
It's because all the stuff I had.
To be I'm curious to know who's the second person that was that was like on that list? Like
It was Onix at 35.
Oh, it was Onix.
Yeah.
35.
I only beat him by
Damn.
15.
I really thought I had that, dude. I'm like, $35
You
bucks.
spent-
Come on.
Yeah.
And this man just no, I'm putting 50. I was like, oh, shit. I really
Listen,
wanna be
that's
in
gonna
it.
score.
I needed to get on
super
the
high.
Switch 2 train. I didn't have anything, so I had to do it. I had to do it, and I knew that I had some indies that I wanted to put on my list that would cost me $1, so not a big deal. So I just put 50 boners on it.
Yeah.
This guy fantasy.
Boners from Naughty Dong Entertainment. Way to go.
50 dong.
Way to
boners.
go.
So mature.
I do see a question from some C2 watching. How does bidding work now that you're halfway through? Because I know a game that's going to review well. I don't think anyone has bid on it. Very curious what that game is.
What is it?
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Yeah, what is it? Rob's like, tell me. Just DM me.
Right now.
Just follow me and DM me.
All of our slots are filled, so I think we can drop.
When it comes to bidding,
Drop.
it just stays as it is. Like, because most of us, we have like either 9 games in our thing or 10 games. Like we're basically either full or about to be. And so if we just still bid on a game where we have to bid by Thursday, and then we see that somebody has bid on the game, we don't know who or how much, and then on Saturday night or Sunday night, we find out who won. So Sunday night, okay. So like we could still do that, especially if somebody drops a game, then they free up a slot. If they have money left over, then that they can still bid on it. So nothing's changed in the back half of the year. It's more so, do you have the money left and do you have the slot left? That's really what it comes down to. But Jono spent half of his budget on one game, so
They should give you points for leftover money. Is what they should do.
that's what I thought. I was like, I wonder like if it's a Moneyball situation where you could get
Well,
points.
that's why. Just going back to me, that's why I spent all my money, and that could be, a detriment to me for the most part. But right now, I don't have any slots left, and I don't have any money left. Right, so everything I have is just kind of set in stone, and I did
Your
that
cards
on
are on the
purpose.
table.
Like
My
these are
cards are on the
coming
table.
out. I have faith in them.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? What's the point of saving the money if it's not
Hey,
worth it?
you know, because when the July Direct drops and they're like, oh, by the way, we're dropping a new Metroid game coming out this year, you're gonna be like, fuck, I got no money.
yeah.
That's gonna.
Rob,
suck.
you got any stories for the front half?
Dropping GTA 6 as humanly as
Oh.
possible.
Can I just say, I told you
Rob
guys,
drafted GTA
You know what I mean?
6. Everybody, that's yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
just-
you could drop it? I thought you couldn't drop what you drafted.
Nobody
You can.
counterpicked it.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
counterpicked it.
Oh, okay.
Nobody
And-
had the balls to do that. If somebody did, Kelvin, you were on the fence of
You
doing
were
that at the
there.
beginning.
I was so close, and I think you were like peer pressuring me to do it, and I was like this close to doing
Yeah,
it.
I kept
that's
telling him,
such
like,
a
do it,
huge
do it,
gamble.
yeah,
Dude,
do
that
it, do
would've
it,
been
do it.
such-
Don't be a bitch,
That would have
do
been. You would have had some Jones if you fucking did that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
worked
that
out,
would've-
Jones.
that would have been great if I did, but I knew it, man.
That would've
I
taken
knew it.
some
Rockstar,
nuts.
man.
Yeah, man.
My
so
goodness.
can't
That would've
trust
been
Rockstar to
ballsy.
release something when they say they will. It's
That would have been an alpha move, bro. You would have been
100%.
alpha.
Oh, you would
You're
have killed me. You would have killed me on
Counterpicked that.
on
But I got
Fantasy
you with the
Critic.
Persona 4, so I'm okay
That worked
with it.
out. That worked
Yeah,
out.
you
It
did.
worked out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got killed there. So, but at least you got rematched. That's
And
4
everyone
points,
thought it was
so-
coming out.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I got 4 points on rematch.
Like we
You know
didn't
what's funny?
counterpick it because
You know what's funny on rematch
Petty
though?
as
Like
fuck.
that was petty as hell. I was the day before. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get back to this. It was like early in the day, and I'm like, I'm going to probably drop this. Let me just look at some things real quick, and I forgot. So then the day after, I was like, oh, let me try to drop this, and I couldn't. And sure enough, got the
Your
4
review
points
like
for it.
butt.
It's not bad. I mean, it's actually doing really well. 3 million players.
Sales wise, yeah.
I'm
Sales
saying
wise, yes.
reviewed. The
Critically.
correct,
Yeah,
critic-wise,
critically,
not great.
it's not great,
Right.
but for the most part, like I can't wait. I just got back from vacation, so I can't wait to boot that up and play that
Bro,
game. So
you're gonna play Death Stranding too. Stop it.
Yeah.
that
No.
too, yeah. But we're also playing
No,
Mario
play
Kart, so
rematch.
what's going on? You know what I mean?
What's going on? What's going on?
What
But
are
I
we
mean,
doing?
Rob, you did some swaps. You got like Sword of the Sea, man. That's cool.
That's a
Like
good
we'll
game.
talk about future picks, but yeah.
We'll see. We'll see with that one.
Yeah, but
I gotta
GTA 6 getting lost and you taking the risk on that was a bummer, but at least you got to drop it, At least you got
Thank
to drop
God.
it.
No
And
counter.
nobody had the guts.
yeah, I mean,
I-
we thought it was coming out though. Like I thought it was.
They
gonna be-
did.
told us they had.
I
it.
did.
It's coming out
Yeah, they said,
2025.
yeah,
They
it's
told
coming
us.
out, fall 25. It's like, okay,
I believe
cool.
that.
And then they
They
out of it.
lied.
Yeah.
They lied.
They lie.
Quick shout out to Gaz from Septic Sauce. I guess he's watching. He just says, "I just want my kids back." I don't know what that means. But get your kids
I'll
back.
take it.
Get your kids back.
Find
Get
those
your
kids.
draft settled and get the kids back. We need to win this. Hannah's watching. Hi, Hannah. That's a long-time viewer. Guys, by the way, if you're watching, thank you very much for watching. We're talking about our Fantasy Critic, as well as like what are the games that reviewed the highest, and we took bets and predictions on doing so. And we're just sharing kind of like trader insight stories that we experienced throughout the year. And one that like always, like it was brought up in a previous Codename Goodgame. Just my personal favorite one is just me stealing Bionic Bay from Kelvin. Just like, but as you said, all you bet was just a single dollar, and so just the very quick synopsis is
I
indie
had
game Bionic
no
Bay.
clue anyone had any idea what this game. I thought I was going sliding in right into the cut. No one knew anything about it. It was just hush hush.
Research your
Nice.
publishers, man. Double A Sprinkles, Double A Indie Lover. Come on, man.
I don't know, man.
No,
To be
that's
fair,
the
he
dirty
had
part.
no idea what the
listen,
fuck that was. So that's what pisses me off.
That's the dirty part. Freaking like Onix. Yes,
You had
that was
no
that's my
clue.
publisher name. But honestly, I just saw somebody bid on it, and I
He's
was
like,
like,
ooh, what is that? Oh,
my
yeah, literally.
"What is that?"
No
and I
way.
looked up a trailer for it, and I'm like,
Oh, that's
"This game looks
greasy.
sick. This game
That's
looks
greasy.
sick."
savage,
That's actually
dude.
crazy. That- okay, I
You
didn't know
saw
that part.
somebody bid on it. That's why you bid on it. Oh
Savage.
man, that's
But
No,
I only bid
I
$1.
looked up the trailer, and it looked really freaking cool. And I'm like, "How have I never seen this game? This looks awesome." Sure, I'll just put like 5 on it. If I lose, fine, but I'll just put 5. And then I won, and I was like, "Oh."
Well, man.
That was
and
my
it
fault,
turned
man.
out to be like in a Hall of
87.
Famer. It's like 87 points or something.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
whoa.
wow.
But
I'll never
thanks,
forgive you
Calvin.
for that.
Thank you for that.
Never forgive you. Never forgive you.
That's just my favorite story. But
Oh,
and dropping
gosh.
Mario, like I am very sad. I had to drop Mario. The 3D.
Oh,
I bet on
sweet.
the possibility of a 3D platformer Mario coming out. All of you were like, "Oh shit!" Like he's gonna get points for that. But after that
We were
Nintendo
so
Direct
sure.
in April, I knew like that's. I just don't think it's happening with Donkey Kong Bonanza. Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to fill that gap.
Mhm.
But people pointed out to me, they're like, "Yeah, but they're doing Kirby Air Riders in the same year of Mario Kart." I'm like, "Fair." I just have a gut feeling. I don't feel good about it. And I'm glad because I got to drop it. And then the week after, I see everybody trying to counterpick it.
That was,
Or at least 2 of you did. 2 of you did.
Yeah.
that was bullshit. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean,
hilarious.
you made the right call. 'Cause I still think it's not coming out. You saw Odyssey. Apparently, it's like half of, or not Odyssey. Bonanza's like half of the Odyssey team or
team.
something.
Yeah,
that
there's
like
no
the
way.
younger
Yeah.
developers that wanted to make a Donkey Kong game. So that other half is making something. It's not coming out this year.
Yeah. So we'll see. Any other insights? I just know Kelvin and I, like everybody's waiting on those counter picks. Kelvin, you did do a good job with the counter pick, but
I felt
I'm
so
very
bad
curious
for
to see how the
Kelvin
boys
on
are
his
gonna
first
do.
counter pick. I'll say that.
That was rough, man.
When he
That-
counter picked me, I was like,
I took an L on that one for sure.
bad
That's a-
idea.
We all
Yeah.
took L's in one way or another. I feel like, except
Not
Onyx. Not Onyx.
Not yet.
Not
Not
Onix.
yet.
Onix
Well,
hasn't
okay.
had anything happen so far.
Hold on. There's one thing that I do regret. I thought it, and honestly, John, I didn't do it because I don't know why. I felt bad. I saw so many like counter picks on your thing, and I'm like, I don't want to do it because I felt kind of bad. You already had 3 counter picks.
Go for
So
it.
Yes.
I was gonna counter pick.
I have
Why
3
not?
counter picks.
Yeah, you have 3 on you. Like, yeah,
John,
Kingdom
when
Come-
you left the show
Poor guys.
previously, we like tore your list apart. Like, well, Rob and Kel specifically. The second you left that first, like when we did our initial draft, it's like, all right, bye guys. Rob and Kel instantly just like, I'm gonna get
Karma.
this from John's list. I'm
Karma.
gonna get this from John's list.
Yep, that was my bad.
Karma.
There's another one that I
Karma.
want to counter pick too, but I didn't do it.
I wanted
so-
to counter pick Day and everything, but I'm like, damn, 4 counter picks on one dude. That's
Who
bullying.
counter picked altars?
Who
That
did-
was
Oh,
me.
oh,
That
oh,
was
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
did.
I was on the fence of that one too. I
Yeah.
thought I was gonna draft that, and I was like something, and then you ended up counterpicking him.
You know what
I
wanted
just-
from? Sorry, you know what I wanted from Jono's list? I wanted Mafia, Old Country.
yeah,
That
Oh.
looked like,
Yeah,
like
that
that
one.
looks very
Potential.
promising,
Has
but I
potential.
also it's a potential kind of game. It's like it can kind of go both ways in my opinion, but
The
you know,
last ones
well-
haven't been good. Like they haven't been good in a while. I don't think.
right, exactly.
But this one looks sick. So
yeah.
Mhm, mhm. And it's
So-
kind of going back to
Oh.
its old roots, so I kind of like that.
mm.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, I was hoping a
John,
little more
you
for-
got Kingdom Come, so that's awesome. And Donkey Kong Bonanza coming up. Like you and Onix,
Dude, Ghosts of Yote.
like, we're gonna talk about coming things, but the thing that I did want to just bring up is just like with the counter picks coming.
I'm
You
so
know, like
mature.
the counter picks coming.
They keep coming. We're
Is
talking
there
about coming
anything
things.
that anybody is like really
I'm gonna come.
worried about?
Yep.
I'm gonna come.
Don't come. No,
Don't
don't
do it. No,
I'm so
no.
mature. Okay, sorry.
Wait, what was your question, Tony?
I'm just curious with the counter picks coming. So Kel is
Coming.
safe as of now because is it confirmed that Persona 4 Re isn't coming
it-
out?
Yeah,
this year?
it's not
it's not
releasing
coming
this
So
year.
Kel's good. So
Yeah.
Kel's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
already-
so huge.
I've dealt
it's like
with
a
it.
free extra game basically that he.
Cancels out
Yeah.
the Kingdom
Losing
Come thing.
points,
It
yeah.
literally cancels
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah,
for him,
yeah.
Basically,
Yep.
so he's
So
good.
so
You're welcome.
basically
You're welcome.
Onyx, Rob, and John still have their counter picks coming. And just to point them out, where is so yeah, Kel and I are good. So Rob, you got Little Nightmares 3 and Hell Is Us.
Yeah,
You got
Solid
one for
pick-
Kel,
solid
one
picks.
for John.
Solid picks.
yeah, not
So,
bad picks. I will say.
And Little Nightmares just got a release date, if I recall.
It did.
Yeah, so it is
Yeah, I
coming
think
out.
so.
I
Or
am a little. No matter what, the counter picks are gonna suck, right? Like we
Yeah,
all
they're gonna
try and
suck.
pick
So,
good
yeah.
games, right? So
You could have gotten rematch from me, and you guys would have been.
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah, that's
Well,
another
you know,
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know, it looked.
It was so hard looking at the count. Like I'm like, what do I have to pick a counter?
Counter
pick?
picks
What
are
the hell
tough,
am I gonna-
man.
It's
Yeah.
so hard. Like
You know what I'm
have no
really
idea.
worried about for you, Rob, is Lost Soul aside. I don't know. Like I want that game to be really good. but I
Bookmark
just-
that because yeah, like we're about to talk about like our
Sorry,
future
yeah,
picks, but
yeah.
like yeah, you're good. Like and I'm
I was
already
just
done, but like
Curious to see how that goes. How that
You're
Yes,
okay,
yes,
John.
me
you're
too.
screwed with Silk Song. Like that's coming out soon. Like that's.
Will it review well though? Will it actually
will
review
it
well?
review well?
That's
think
another
it
great
will.
question
I think it
because
will.
there's been so much hype
Probably.
around that game, and it's just like, is it just the hype surrounding this game that's everyone's just like super excited for it to come out, or is it really going to like?
Hollow Knight just only got a 90, so I mean,
But I feel like if they just like release,
kidding.
if
It's
it's not
only got
different
a
from
90.
Hollow Knight, it's still gonna be like it's still gonna review.
It's
even
gonna
if they
be- it's
don't-
gonna review
Yeah,
well.
it's not
gonna
gonna review
well.
poorly. It just won't.
I don't think it's gonna. Is this getting to the future? I don't want to jump to
Oh
the
yeah,
future.
sorry,
stuff
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I'm just curious from John, are you like just worried about either of these and more so than the other?
Yeah,
I'm curious to
worried
know
about,
why
I'm
you
worried
did
about
Marvel.
I'm worried about Hollow Knight.
Mm.
I ain't worried about Marvel.
Why did you counterpick Marvel Cosmic?
I don't think there was much else for me to really
Yeah.
counterpick at
Yeah.
the time, and I wanted to get them out of the way. But then, like, I think Rob picked up a couple things afterwards that I maybe would
Yeah.
have counterpicked, but he'd had.
I almost counterpicked Date Everything. I almost
was
did
there
that
a date?
the last minute.
There's a date we had to get our counterpicks in by. No.
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 November 15th. Yeah.
Okay.
We're all
I
good
had
now.
that time.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
I
And
should've-
Onix, you got Judas and Outer Worlds 2. Now, Outer Worlds 2 has a release date. Judas does not. That's mine. Outer Worlds 2, I get your meaning. You know, like you mentioned how, like, yeah, Outer Worlds 1 just wasn't too much for me, and
I think
Judas
that's a good
still
counterpick.
doesn't have a date.
I think
these are- these are fair.
I'm,
think it's
listen,
I don't know
if-
about Outer Worlds 2, though.
I think
man.
that's
Like,
questionable. I think Outer
it's a
Worlds
good.
is
I think it's a
questionable.
good counterpick.
Dude,
Outer Worlds
Outer
2.
Worlds 1 got an 83, which is not a bad score at all.
Yeah.
But sequels can either be right around the same or a Kingdom Come, you know,
That's
kind of
what I'm
thing where it's like
Very
all of a
well
sudden
aware.
it's 89
Well aware of that.
points or something.
I'm very
you know?
well
So,
aware.
I like Obsidian. I love New Vegas. I just, let's just see. It's a gamble. It's a gamble.
I think it's a
Yeah.
solid pick.
Yeah.
Solid
Me
pick.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Very
and
strategic
I
pick.
think Judas is the better pick because what I've learned, if we have learned anything, I'm sharing my 5th place techniques with you guys.
Oh please!
Oh,
Oh, wise
real.
one.
Let's
Please.
The goal with the counter picks, and I'm curious if anybody agrees with me here. Pick something that you are pretty confident isn't coming out this year.
That should be.
I think
yeah.
that's more so because like rather than betting on it not reviewing well, it's like just bet on something you think
That's
might not
easier
come
said
out.
than done. I have no idea. What's
Yeah,
coming
that's
out.
that's
Yeah.
hard. I think in the beginning, when
especially
you
at
first
the
start off
beginning. Yeah.
Fantasy Critic, it's hard to tell. So I think in the beginning, here's my strategy, right? Is like pick what you think is going to review the least,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
and then towards the mid half of it, it's like, all right, what do you think? What's your gut feeling of like what's not coming out this year. And that's
I just got lucky with Judas, dude. If I'm honest, that was
Apparently
only
game
in
is
January,
very
man.
far
It's
off.
not over yet, Onix. It's not over yet.
It's over, man.
I'm gonna send you a Reddit post, Tony, and I want you to look at it because it's about Judas and it
No.
does not look good.
Oh no!
No.
Oh
No.
no!
This is 7 months ago, by the way, but
7
Yeah, I was
months.
gonna say 7 months.
That's old.
7 months. Where
It's
was
old news.
July, man?
Fake news.
Oh, you're talking
Fake
about the
news.
article 7 months old. Okay, gotcha.
My thing for this too is like, what's, and I were jumping ahead of obviously, but like, what the next Fantasy Critic is going to look like now that we've kind of dealt with all
now that
this,
we've
learned from our mistakes. I think Fantasy Critic 2 is going to be really competitive.
The Game Awards is gonna be a fun.
2.
night.
oh my goodness.
Fantasy Critic 2, the sequel.
2026.
We get bonuses. We should get bonuses for awards at the Game Awards. That'd be sick.
Ooh, we
That
could,
would be
like,
kind of
yeah.
cool. Just
That'd be cool.
Thug Finals, the Thug Finals. Yeah.
Prop bets. That'd be fun. We do some bets. Like
Yeah.
at the end.
I kind of
We
want to
do
just
house
combine
rules.
these two. I want to combine these two questions of just like, was there any like big, like Kelvin, you've already given yours, like, was there any big misses or letdowns or any big surprises for anybody through like the front half of the year? Like Kelvin, obviously yours was like rematch, like you took a bet on that game and it didn't work out, but I don't know if anybody, or like highly too, like Expedition 33, like Kelvin, you got
That's
two
mine.
kind of surprising ones, but like,
Yeah, no, I can start that off if that's okay.
sure,
But
go for it.
Expedition 33, man. I think that was I keep mentioning it. It was a risk that I wanted to take because of how, I don't know, there was something about that game where I just felt confident about it, and the gut feeling was like, hey, this is going to slap. This is going to be such a great game, and it paid off. But it could have gone the opposite end, right? It could have been like negative 20 points for me, right? And that could have definitely changed the trajectory for my list there. So, but I'm so happy that Expedition 33 turned out the way it was, and it's my game of the year. So, yeah.
We just keep teasing that. Yeah. I don't know if there's any surprises from my end of things.
Citizen Sleeper 2 is that reviewed really well.
Yes.
And I think
I feel like my list, like there's nothing that major on it. It's just been a lot of like give or take 85s. Like Doom the Dark Ages. I drafted Doom the Dark Ages, my most anticipated game of the year, and it reviewed about what the Doom games have, and it's like everything I drafted reviewed around what I thought it would, and not really much less or more. So, and again, the two counter picks, but I think if I look at mine, what was the surprise? No, everything. I think Bionic Bay.
Did you feel Avowed would do better than it did?
I knew it. I didn't think it would get lower than 80. I think I thought 80 would be the lowest because Obsidian's games are usually pretty consistent with their reviews. But like,
yeah, it's an 80. It's an 80 game. I would say maybe it's even a 75
I'd say so.
game.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd beat it.
Was there any surprises from anybody else like that you can think of?
I thought like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii would do a little bit better.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit better.
Yeah,
third pick for you, right? Draft wise,
it was a bit of a letdown because it was a pretty high pick in my draft.
Yeah, I think it being a spin.
I mean, but 82, 82 is still good, but like 84 maybe.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like
Wonder
Stop that I got for $1 is 1 point behind one of my highest draft picks. Like, give me a friggin' break. Like, I thought it would.
But look at that! All your things that came out were 80. That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
I think that's the goal, right? Like everything you draft, you want it minimum 80. You know.
Well, I was very upset with Civilization 7, right? Where I thought for a fact.
I thought that was a good pick at the time.
80s to 90s, and then that turned out to be rough. What I wanted. So that was kind of like the start of my downfall there. And then I'm like, all right, I mean, not bad, 79, but I only got 9 points for it. And then Kingdom Come came, and then that just,
Kingdom Come definitely came.
Yeah. Kelvin, I forgot you took a chance on South of Midnight. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, it didn't do much. It was okay. I still haven't beaten it.
Yeah,
you've got your list is a roller coaster.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster.
Famine. Literally,
what the hell, man?
It is.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
One thing for me.
Any surprises from you, Onix?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Rob was going to talk. He can talk.
Sure, go for it.
Oh, Rob.
Assassin's Creed Shadows. I really wanted that to do better. Just not even because of like of fantasy, just because of it's the Assassin's Creed game that everyone wanted, feudal
Yes.
Japan,
Yes.
right? And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, Ubisoft's gonna turn it around. They're gonna throw it, and it just like did fine. And I was like, okay, they're gonna polish it too. Remember they delayed it.
They delayed
like
it,
a month. So I was like, okay, they're gonna cook here, and it's fine. Like it did okay, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I want to like shout out something from the people watching C2 Blueprints. That was one. I think we all looked at the Discord, and when Blueprints got the scores it got, we were like,
Damn.
shit, we should have bet on that. You know, like Blueprints is like, and I just started last night, by the way. It's freaking amazing. It's freaking amazing. But yeah, like Rob, I'm happy to talk about it with you more because I know you tried it. But
well, I just want to say that what's cool about Open Critic is that would we have ever picked up that game if it wasn't for Open Critic and us seeing like what was that 90 game score? I'm curious about that, and that's why I literally picked it up was because of Open Critic.
It's really cool that they have like a Hall of Fame. And it's really cool on Open Critic as well, like kind of back to the 2025 conversation that like most of the games in the Hall of Fame right now are like indie or AA games. It's pretty cool. And that's Blueprints is one of them. So yeah, but I saw that. It's funny because I know like another Codename Goodgame frequent guest, Josh from Quest Mode, he was like, that game looks amazing to me. I'm so excited about that. I'm like, I don't think it looks that cool, man. And now it's like, I ate my words. Like that was. And none of us grabbed that. So yeah. Damn. Onix, was there any other last bit?
Not on my. I mean, Elder Scrolls.
In terms of like shockers or anything.
Yeah, it's not a shock per se, but I am surprised that Elder Scrolls reviewed so little. 82 from a 94 originally is kind of that's a big gap. You know, I mean, it is what it is. And also Elden Ring, Night Rain. Like that one was just surprising to me because it's like it's Elden Ring, right? It's like from Soft, but. You know, it's a spin-off game, so
spin-off.
So let's just run through what we keep teasing at, which is like just it's already leaked out from two of us, but just as we've gone on the air, and this is the part where I'd love to just see you watching, or if you watch afterwards, comment it of just like what was each of our own game of the years. And I'm very curious how many of us are aligned on this. I think I know like 3 out of 5 of us, but like yeah, just in terms of like maybe we drafted it, maybe we didn't, but like just what our each own game of the year is as we're at the halfway point. Kelvin, you kind of let's just go over the people that kind of gave away theirs. Kelvin, how about what's yours?
Expedition 33 by a landslide. I mean, again, I haven't played Death Stranding 2 yet. I've heard amazing things about it. I'm not that sold on Death Stranding 1, so I don't know how that's going to turn out for me, but I'll play it and see how it goes. But what a year for me where I drafted Expedition 33 not knowing anything about this game, and then it ended up being my game of the year. Like that was such an amazing feeling for me. So yeah, Expedition 33, man, it took everyone by surprise. So I'm just happy that's my game of the year.
Yeah, that's great that you draft. Like for me, I was really like I was very happy, and there's a clip of Rob getting mad at it. Like I'm glad I drafted my most anticipated game of the year with Doom: The Dark Ages. Very happy with the game. But I am also with you, like just going second. Yeah. Like Doom: The Dark Ages did not disappoint as my most anticipated, but Expedition 33 was just something I was not expecting. In a year that there's plenty of other great game of the year contenders, but 33 just kind of made me harken back to a time that I just haven't felt in a really long while.
Yeah.
And I just think from top to bottom, it's a great production. And
same.
I can't believe I counterpicked it.
It felt like such an old. I remember when I started playing it, I'm like, this feels like a late 90s PS1 RPG, like
Final Fantasy,
like a Final Fantasy 8.
I feel like
I was
PS2,
thinking
Final Fantasy 10 to me. Final Fantasy 10, it felt like that,
10?
like
I don't know why.
You guys saw the interviews, right? You guys saw
Final
the interviews.
Fantasy 8 to me came into my mind.
Yeah.
And then I saw the interview later, and I guess the developer's favorite game was Final Fantasy 8. I was like, I can completely. That's
10,
literally, literally what I said when I first started playing. I was like, this somehow reminds me of like Final Fantasy 8 and like old school
Chrono Cross, a bunch of games, man.
Yeah, and I think that's
John,
a lot of people.
Jonah, you gave yours kind of away. How about you share? What's your game of the year so far? Now we're halfway in.
So far, it's Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It's a hilarious, great game, adventure-wise, story-wise. The characters in it runs flawlessly, which is a big thing for me, especially gaming on PC. Flawlessly runs. I played the first one. I was a huge fan of the first one, and like we were looking forward to this one. Both me and my brothers were all looking forward to this one, and it did not disappoint. I have over 100 hours in it. I recently got the DLC. I've started playing that a little bit, and man, it's just so good. It's so good. It's just a real the world, the amount that it lives, and like the stuff that happens in it. It just like I went from that to played Avowed after, and I was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like
Butter.
this
I've
world.
I've heard that so much, man. Just like it feels like one of the most living worlds that's ever been designed. Yeah,
That's cool.
It's sick.
It's super cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it gets nominated. I'm sure it'll get nominated, but
I'm sure it gets something.
maybe we can take it. Maybe we can take it home.
Yeah. Maybe we can take it home.
Because like yes, I do agree 33 was good. It was really good, but I had issues. A lot of people had issues on AMD hardware specifically. It looked awful. It didn't look as good as it was on the console version and on NVIDIA GPUs, I guess.
Yeah.
But there was something with the AMD GPUs that just was atrocious, and I had to download like a mod to make it look better. It was very disappointing. But like
I want to
the gameplay was good.
Yeah, I want to shout out. There we go. Like earlier, I asked the question, you know, what's the game of the year to you, and Scout on my Twitter said like probably Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Split Fiction, Blueprints, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds. Like for now, I'm like that's literally the game of the year knobs. I feel like if they only drafted from the front half of the year, and so far we've kind of been hovering around them, and I like Split Fiction is freaking awesome. I thought that game was fantastic. We haven't talked about that, but I think it's great. Rob, how about you? What's your game of the year so far?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to echo Expedition 33 just because it is just, I mean, it scratches so many itches for me, and it was like kind of unexpected, and just production quality was just absolutely phenomenal, and it made me feel good things inside my body. And the cast, everything about that you know, that game, you know, Ben Starr especially, you know, it was an RPG that I was looking for a really long time, right? And here it is. I do want to make a note though.
Yeah,
I think if you take out Expedition 33 from the nominees, right? Like say you just took it out.
Sure.
It is such a competitive year this year. It's insane. It's insane. You have Metroid
That's what I'm saying. It's like I even just looking at the front half nom that like Scout put here, I'm like, yeah, those are 6 great nominees. Like,
yeah,
for sure.
So like,
yeah,
it's not like a landslide. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Expedition 33 is going to win just because it just had such an appeal against everyone. A lot of people that weren't even interested in the genre played it, right? But like, outside of that, that list is insane. Like, we have such strong contenders this year.
Onix, your game of the year so far?
Sorry for that, by the way. My mic arm just gave out. I'm like, what in the hell is going on right now? Anyway, it's good now. You would think I'd say Monster Hunter Wild, right? But it's not, and that's just I'm not gonna get into it because I actually made a whole ass video on the reason why I think the game is flawed. But I don't. Can I just not have one? Because I don't have one.
There's not a clear like front runner for you right
to
now.
me, no. Like if okay. I guess if I was not gonna play any other game from this point that I'm at right now,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
probably Monster Hunter Wilds. You know, it's just hard to say it because of how I feel about the game. It gave me a lot of fun. I put 60 hours into it pretty easily, but that's not even close to the hours I've put the previous Monster Hunter games at this point of their release. So it shows you that there's something fundamentally flawed. And as a Monster Hunter fan, it kind of ruins that critical vision in my head after so many hours of it, you know? Yeah. But Death Stranding 2, I've only played like 4 hours. That shit is special. That it's, and I liked the first one back in 2020. It's special. It's like so far I'm like, wait a second, hold up. Hold up. There is something to this game.
You're cooking here, man.
No, genuinely. It might just be, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So.
It's tough, yeah, because Death Stranding 2 like just came out like at a very it's if the Game Awards was right now, Death Stranding 2 just missed the window. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, that's a good point. We'll see how you feel maybe in July or whatever.
Right. Yep.
In terms of the back half of the year, because we reflected a lot on the front half and things that surprised us and everything. In terms of the back half of the year, though, we've drafted some things that we think will be very well reviewed, and we're just putting aside our most anticipated. Maybe like Rob, how about you? Like of all the things you've drafted, what do you feel you have like the most confidence in?
My specific list, not everyone else.
Yeah, from your list of the things you drafted, what is the thing that you feel the most confident will get like good reviews? Tough, right?
it is hard because I have a lot of like could be amazing, could be mid games. But if I had to pick just one, Slay the Spire 2 is pretty proven. So it's if it comes out though, right? Which is what if it comes out. Yep. If it comes out, but I'm confident.
Let's all hypothetically just say if it comes out. Yeah. If it comes out,
I think that is the strongest out of my group right now as far as like what is the level, like what's the score wise, like what's the ceiling, and I think Slay the Spire 2 is probably the best one. And Outer Worlds could surprise me. I'm not. It could, but I think.
But Ninja Gaiden 4, Rob. But Ninja Gaiden 4.
I think it's gonna get 80s. I don't think it's gonna get like a 93, 90. Action games sometimes have a hard time with.
They do.
Yeah, true.
They do.
I'll tell you what. Of your list, I am rooting for Sword of the Sea and Mixtape the most. Like I just. Both those as like again AA sprinkles here, like just both those games look super freaking cool. Yeah, like I was pretty happy to see somebody drafted those. I'm like, good for you. I gotta
swing, you know. So hopefully I could take the risk and do it. But
yeah. How about Jono? What do you think of your list? What are you most confident in?
Well, let's take a look here. Where's my list?
I could pull it up too.
There
you go.
I think just based on...
Dude, you got some banger. You got...
I already know.
Yeah, I mean, I got two
bangers specifically.
Two bangers that are coming out.
And some bets.
Soon, yeah. And one of my bets I'm pretty confident in. So, I think Yote will probably score the highest.
Not Bonanza?
No. I mean, I don't think so. Maybe just under. I think Bonanza might get like 89 or something.
Jono, this question, you shouldn't have hesitated to say Donkey Kong Bonanza. You put half of your budget on it.
I just did that because I didn't want you guys having it. Like I didn't have anything else to. I didn't really have anything else to buy with my money. My other stuff was kind of like indies, and then Mafia was my latest. I think Mafia was my latest pick, and I was surprised it was still available. I'm like,
Jono, what do you know what Odyssey got on Open Critic? Just out of curiosity.
Odyssey?
Super Mario Odyssey?
Oh,
yeah, it's like a 94 or something in it.
97.
97?
Holy shit!
This team is working on Bonanza.
It could be good.
I would bet 60 on this game. If I could go back, man.
I'm pretty sure this is going to be like a 90 plus.
If I could go back,
I think it's going to be a 90 plus. Genuinely.
Nice. Well, it's that or Yote. Like Yote probably got a 90, maybe 91.
Tsushima got 84, so
those are both pretty safe picks. And then all your
I think it'll be
picks,
better.
That'll be cool.
I agree.
Yeah. But I think Karen is going to do really well just based on the demo. The demo that released on Steam, it's like a insane.
That's my attention. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know how well it did, but also
there's like 6,500 reviews and 99%. On Steam for the demo. So I think it's going to be pretty good. It looks really cool too. And I watched a bunch of gameplay of it. It looks really cool. Like it looks like pretty like you have to control each hand and foot with the controller for
that is juicant as hell. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it looks really cool. And I think it could do very well.
I almost counterpicked that by the way. Very close to counterpicking that, but I didn't do it. So I thought about it, but...
To kind of be like how we initially drafted these, I'll be a middleman and just like of my list so far, the thing that I'm probably the most confident in, like I'll tell you what, I really hope I screw Onix over with Judas. I really hope. Because honestly, if Judas comes out, that will be like my most anticipated game of the back half of the year. Like I am so stoked for that. But I feel like I'm rooting for Keeper as well. Like that's kind of like Judas, where it's like I'm rooting for Keeper because I love Double Fine. But I think like if I was like, what do I have the most confidence in? It's probably Mina the Hollower, because Mina the Hollower is that's the next game from the Shovel Knight team, and everybody that's previewed it says it's just as amazing, if not more. Like there's a lot of things on my list I feel like I could get points, but Mina the Hollower is the one that like I did bid on that, and I was praying none of you took that from me when we found out the game release date at I think it was Summer Game Fest. I was like, I want to grab that. I want to grab that. So
Shovel Knight
that's probably my most confident.
So, yeah.
So we'll see about that. But that probably be mine.
Shinobi?
Onix, how about you?
Nothing about
Shinobi?
Though?
I mean, Shinobi, I drafted it, so I have confidence, but it's like I don't know. I feel like I don't feel like it'll be a game of the year contender. Is what I'm saying.
Well, maybe not Goaty, but I think it's going to review well too. Streets of Rage 4 is developing it, or the guys that did Streets of Rage 4, and that's an 84 on Open Critic. So might be good.
Yeah, I want to pick up me.
Onix, how about you?
Didn't pick it up, by the way.
Onix, you have some cool stuff coming up.
I have way too much cool stuff. That's every time I look at this list and something updates.
You're the one that has the least out. So you,
and everything is late.
The person, the one that has 2 games out of all the things you drafted, what are you like the most confident will get the highest score? You think?
I mean, I think I said it earlier. I genuinely believe that Metroid Prime 4, if Retro does it well. Will, I mean, dude, the remaster got a 94. Like that's insane. So if they nail what people like from Metroid Prime, which is that atmosphere, that combat, that exploration that is super immersive and stuff, this will be a definitely GOTY contender. It could hit 90 plus.
Can I tell you, Onix, what I think is gonna really put it over the edge too?
What?
Is the fact that this will be the first like Metroid / like Nintendo first party game, right? That's gonna use
the mouse controls.
The mouse control. We're gonna have a first person Metroid Prime with a mouse control. Do you know how well it's gonna be received by the PC community as well? Yes.
That is a good point. But most people aren't gonna play it that way. And that's kind of the thing. I tried some mouse control games with Bravely Default, and it was fun, but like it doesn't feel like a mouse. It's weird to say it. It doesn't feel as
is it
like
slow?
I have to move my arm.
Slower?
There are different settings. You can mess with it and make it faster and more sensitive and stuff. Maybe my setting was wrong, but it felt like I had to move my arm a little more than my normal mouse usage,
There's probably like a smoothing on it or something.
Possibly.
Like a mouse smoothing.
You put the piece on it, right? On the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That made it better. That made it a lot better.
I guarantee there's a smoothing on it or something. Just for the general population.
I forgot to put the piece on it. I've been trying to use it as a mouse, and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I should have the piece on it.
It does make it better, 100%. But like the other thing to consider about Metroid Prime 4 also is that you got to think of the people that aren't going to play it. So if you design it for mouse control users only, then it's going to feel different for people that aren't playing with mouse control, and vice versa. So they're going to design with controller in mind first, and Metroid Prime is mainly a lock-on kind of game. It's not a reflex kind of game. It's more of I lock on, I shoot, and kind of dodge around versus like I'm running around, reacting to incoming stuff. So different design philosophies. It's not a shooter. It's what I'm trying to say.
Onix, I will agree with you. I think of your list, I think Metroid Prime 4 is probably the safest bet to probably get the most points. Yeah.
Hollow Knight would be my second pick.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. C2 was asking like Ghost of Yotei and Silksong probably going to get nominated for Game of the Year if they release. And I'm not confident in Digimon. Look, man, I'm excited for Digimon. Am I excited for it or am I confident in it? I don't know. But
it looks good though. It looks really
the Digimon
good.
Story games, they're the highest reviewed of the Digimon games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and this one looks good.
And of course our current like leader, Kelvin. You got 3 games left. So like Onix and you are opposite situations. Onix has his whole list yet to come. You have like 3. Where are you sitting? Like about your 3 left. You almost got it this earlier, but like what are you most confident in?
I think I'm just confident with Cosmic Invasion. I think it's just a safer bet. It's guys that made Shudder's Revenge, so I think reviewed. Yeah, it reviewed at like 87 on OpenCritic right now. So it's a safe bet for me. You know, I looked at that. I'm like, all right, I think I can definitely get in the 80s, maybe high 80s, low 90s, if anything. And again, Hell Is Us is one of those where I'm just like, I don't know. We'll see. It could be good. It could be bad. I don't know.
If they fix the combat, if they make it tighter, it has a chance to be really good because there are some really cool stuff in that game.
Robin's like the combat critic, man. He plays the Kazan demo and he's like, I don't like this.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so which is why I picked it. Right, I was looking into it, and a lot of people were like, "Hey, this is pretty good." Like, I'm surprised, so I was like, "All right, I'm gonna give it a shot." I did not try the demo, which I probably should have done that.
I would try the demo.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the things about Hell Is Us. Like, I think of your list, that's probably the one I'm like rooting for the most. I feel like Cosmic Invasion might be the safest, but Hell Is Us, I'm rooting for that most because like.
Looks unique.
As somebody that I've boasted my love for Outer Wilds, and I literally kept hearing people say like, "Oh, this is a very Outer Wilds game where you don't have any direction, you're just doing things and hopefully gathering information to know what to do next on your own without like the game telling you to." I'm like, that's what I like, baby.
But if it does hit, I mean that's gonna change the game for me. Like I feel like if I get Hell Is Us and I get Marvel and then Luminous, I mean we'll see. I think it could also be a good safe bet. I don't know. But it's one of those where I saw it. I think they showed it off at the Summer Game Fest, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like, oh, okay. So I looked into that, and I was like, you know what, this might be a safe bet here. So we'll see.
Yeah, very curious for anybody watching what you are most confident in the back half of the year, because this is it. You know, like this is literally halftime for 2025, and as we teased at the beginning, like 2025 is turned out to be a banger ass year. Like if you did Game of the Year noms right now, they all make total sense, honestly. And it's just like I don't know, man. I feel like we like Split Fiction hasn't come up enough, but I was wrong about that game. Like I didn't have faith. I was wrong, and it's just 2025 turned out to be a year like that, where there's just on the indie level, on the AA level, on the AAA level, there's just really good bangers coming out. Yeah, high productions and like Expedition 33 putting out like the word of look at what we did as our first game and stuff. And I'm just looking forward to the back half of the year. I really wonder if it's gonna compare to the front half. And I'm looking forward to our game. Like I'm looking forward to seeing if we can dethrone Kelvin, or if Kelvin is just gonna like trudge through that finish line like with the 3 games he has left, you know.
It's no more counter pick. Like, it's gonna be a very close match.
Yeah,
very
close. It's gonna be so close, dude. I can't wait.
I think I am the most worried about Onix, honestly, because Onix still has his whole list ahead. Like his whole list ahead.
All bangers too.
How do we feel about these projected points? Because the projection is saying that Jono's gonna win.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know how they formulate that. I think
Where's
it's
it say that?
like some.
Click on the little
there's like
toggle.
points projected where it's like, based off of things like this is what this person will probably get if everything comes out
by a point.
By a point.
Not even a point. It's a fraction of a point.
By a decimal. By
105.2
or something.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so. I mean,
it's
I don't
wild.
know. Yeah.
Onix still has so many games left, and he's still got like almost half of his budget, man. I'm scared of Onix the most. I really am.
I'm waiting for that one presentation that is like, hey, this year, and it's like, oh, I'm waiting for it, man. I'm waiting for that direct.
I don't know.
You guys
this
better
projection
root
only
for...
has Bonanza getting 14 points.
That's what I mean. Like it's not. I would.
That's what I mean. The projected points. I'm like, you never
like
know.
an 84. Like that's gonna get more than 84.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
But I'm telling you what, like the 4 of you better, or sorry, the 3 of you better root for Judas to come out, because I could stop him. I could stop him.
My biggest thing. It's like right now, Onix is sitting pretty right now with his amazing games that he has on his roster, but also the fact that Judas is on his list for, for counterpicking. It's like if that actually does not release this year, Outer Worlds 2 isn't really going to do that much damage to him. So it's just going to go up from there.
Yeah.
Watch Outer Worlds 2 become like a game of the year.
Yeah, right. Please.
It has to hit like 92.
Rob's like, please, that's my game.
It has to
Zero chance. Zero chance of that happening.
Rob, we can damage Onix if your game reviews well and my game just comes out.
There you go.
Teamwork
makes
as long
the
as
dream
your
work.
game
Outer Worlds
comes
2
out.
is going to score exactly the same as Avowed, I think. It's going to be
No.
an 8.
I think it's going to
think
score
so.
1
see
point
that.
above.
I think
Maybe
it's
2.
gonna be
It's
85.
basically the same.
85. That's what I'm calling.
I think it's going to be the same.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like if Judas doesn't come out, what's stopping Onix? Nothing. Literally nothing.
Yeah, like
I do
I think
see-
even if like all my games score like 85 on average, I'm gonna do fine. Like I really don't.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
rough.
85 is really good.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
really
yeah.
That's
good.
what it means.
Well, that's what I
yeah,
mean, but look
it's
at the
like-
games. Look at the games that I have on here. I have some like legendary. Like if Metroid
I feel
Prime
like
somehow,
82 is the average of
I
like
suppose,
your
yeah,
hope,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah. But
I actually have a
Metroid Prime
question.
3 got a 90 on Metacritic. Like
Metroid Prime 3?
If Silent
Yes.
Hill,
Metroid Prime 3
What?
got a 90 on Metacritic.
damn.
Holy
If
shit.
Silent
I'm
Hill
telling you,
bombs
man,
and gets like a
this
I thought 3 was the worst.
Silent Hill.
3 was the most divisive. But like
Divisive. That's the word. Yeah.
90, Metroid Prime 2 got a 92, and Metroid Prime 4, I'm pretty sure sits at a beautiful 94 on
I wanna-
97.
That's
Not,
insane.
sorry, the original's a 97
That's
on Metacritic.
crazy,
insane,
dude. It's
dude.
One of the
yeah.
greatest games of all time, critically speaking. And come on, it's retro doing it again. Like I have confidence, man. I think that's gonna be
Yeah.
a nice.
I want to shout out another idea because again, if you're watching, please let us know. But just C2's being a great part of this conversation, where he's like, I think the noms are going to end up Expedition 33, Silk Song, Yote, Split Fiction, Death Stranding, and Donkey Kong, which has some crazy snubs in there. But that's what I think. Like that's the
not
thing.
bad.
Like
That's not
we're
bad.
getting to the point of the year that like really that sounds believable, but honestly, it's like anything could
There's
get
so
in
many.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really high quality
There's
stuff
going to be
this year.
snubs, and some of us.
There's
aren't
gonna
gonna
be snubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to
Yeah.
be
Oh, yeah.
snubs.
That
So-
channel is gonna.
It's gonna
be
explode,
interesting.
yeah.
it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait.
Uh,
This is.
Question about Onix List, Pokemon specifically.
Yeah, I want to get on that. Yep.
So when they review it, right, they're obviously going to be rating the Switch 2 version, I imagine, not the Switch 1, because I know the Switch 1 is gonna have
Oh.
it's not gonna have a good time.
I don't think
See,
it's gonna
this
do
is
that
why I
well
like
for that
OpenCritic.
specific reason.
I like OpenCritic more because Metacritic, they like separate things, and OpenCritic just kind of averages it all together.
Yeah.
Just all platforms. It's just this game. I've never liked that system that Metacritic does.
Okay.
So yeah, so I think Rob that they're just that's gonna be addressed with that.
But
So
I'll
gonna
tell
mush-
you what, if I were a betting man, I would bet that most reviewers are going to review it on Switch 2 simply
Yeah.
because
It's the better
like
version.
it's the better version. But not
Yeah,
just
it
that,
should
like
be.
Nintendo also wants more people to buy Switch 2. And
Hmm.
it just makes sense for them to like
yeah, okay.
gonna
So
probably
on
give
there.
us
majority
some-
reviews
yeah.
will be from Switch 2.
I
then.
would
Okay.
if I were a betting man, I would say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then it's gonna be
I want to let everybody go here because we're at the hour and a half mark. But gentlemen, I'm so like this has been like not just this conversation, but this year, this game has been so much fun to play with you. I just want to say that,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it has.
like
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
added this other element of like it's all our first times playing it, and just this like you know, is this game gonna come out or is it gonna review well or oh shit, this like this it adds this whole new layer to people like us that are like just you know super following stuff anyway. And I've really loved it. Like, and seeing our like bids and then just me robbing Kelvin and shit, like all these moments of like there's just moments like that. It just adds a whole new fun layer to the year. And I really like, I don't know, I appreciate just playing with you guys. So just want to say that. Thank you very much. And
Yeah,
I hope
man,
it's been
a
fun
lot
for
of fun.
you.
It has.
Thanks
It
for
has.
the invite. Thank you for
Yeah.
inviting.
next year. We're doing
Yeah.
it right back.
Next
Well,
year.
the
Yeah,
first
as Kelvin said,
inaugural.
or whoever said like Fantasy Critic 2. Two.
First
The
annual.
sequel.
I know what
Betting.
game I'm drafting. My very first pick. Actually, I shouldn't
That's a
tell you.
good question.
Never mind.
I
Never mind.
shouldn't tell you.
Yeah, we should
Never
do
mind,
that
never mind.
when we at the
We
end.
we know what it is.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what it is.
I know what
We're doing
mine
it-
is because it's
if we're
coming
doing
out
it
next
on
year. so-
January. We're doing it like early January.
Yeah, as early in January as possible. Is
We
the
all
most
get another
ideal, 'cause
shot
then-
at GTA.
Oh my God, you're so right. You're so right.
They're picking. So.
Dude.
It's just gonna be like the random draw, and it's like okay,
Whoever's
Who gets-
first, you know what they're gonna
Whoever's
pick.
Who
first,
gets
that's it.
yeah.
But-
Because
but-
this year GTA was like is it coming out? But next year it's like oh no.
Yeah.
Damn.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's funny.
Didn't even think about
That's
that.
funny.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for swinging by. Today we have had our current leader, Kelvin from the Gaming Duo, Jono from the Elder Scrolls podcast, Rob also from the Gaming Duo, and Onix from the Gaming Resume. You can find all of their channels in the description below. Gentlemen, it's been such a pleasure to have you here. And I don't know, if one word quick comments, feel free to shout out anything. Onix, how about you?
Oh, shit. I wasn't ready. What you pray for? Yeah, let's go.
That's
Prime
such
for Rob.
I hope my stuff does well this year. I'm really, really scared, and let's hope for the best. I guess we'll see.
Woo.
That's it.
Jono.
Well, I'm hoping for a couple bangers and a sneaky banger, so we'll see what happens. I'm kind of worried about my counter picks, but thanks for having me, and we'll see you later.
And our leader, Kelvin, so far.
Thanks for having me, Tony. Jono, I'm coming for you.
I'm keeping you in second place. And everybody remember to root for Judas to come out. Everybody, make sure you tweet at Take-Two or 2K or whoever posts it. Thank you very much for watching. Creature, Steffi, Super, C2, everybody. I appreciate you guys. This has been a nice episode of Codename Goodgame, talking about everything. We hope to talk to you soon, and keep enjoying 2025. Be geek, be proud, be awesome.